All right, hello everyone. This is a quick video just to show an example of how to complete the sports history research notes organizer. So first, let's read the directions together. Please read or watch, this is key, at least two of the three following resources to learn more about this week's sport. It is important to do your research and take notes using this resource to help you learn more about the sport. I will be checking for completion of your work with your answers to the Google survey. You are always welcome to use more resources than the ones I provided on this document. Try to find at least 3 interesting facts for each source that you use. Again, you can always include more. You are in charge of your learning. And a reminder, as you're researching your sport, think about for your assignment later in the week an athlete that you want to make a presentation about. Remember, this is only going to be one slide, and I'll show you how to do that in the following video, especially if you're like, well, I don't know much about this sport, so how can I pick an athlete? No worries, we're going to cover that. But again, remember, you need to use at least 2 of the sources for your assignment to be considered complete, and you need to have 3 facts for each source. So let's go ahead and see what that might look like. So here's the document that you will be given. And all you need to do, let's just go ahead, let's click on that first link. All the links should be live. And it's going to redirect you to a site that I have already looked at that could be considered a good resource. Okay, so I picked an example sport of handball, and I don't know much about handball. So I'm going to go ahead and check out what this resource says. Okay, so in this resource, they're going to show me, and I could watch the video too as well. I'm not going to for the sake of time. But this resource is going to help me learn about the sport. So let's check out this overview. Teams of 7 players pass and dribble a ball up the court to throw the ball into the opposition's goal, which happens often. Spectators might see more than 60 goals in a single match. Okay, well, since I don't know anything about the sport, that's a great piece of information to include, that there are teams of 7 players at a time on the court, so 7 versus 7. So I'm going to go ahead, and that's going to be one of my facts. Remember, you can have more than one. Oh, and this is nice. Hold on here one second. I need to change my mouse. I can just copy and paste, right? Because at first, the first step to my research is finding a quote or a piece of information that I like. Okay. So I like that I need to know when I'm learning about the sport that teams of 7 players can pass and dribble the ball up the court. Remember, anytime you include information that is not your own, you need to put quotes around it. And again, we're already citing our source, which I'll show you how to do in a second, but you need to put quotes around it so you know it's not your own work and you're not taking credit for someone else's writing. I'm going to copy and paste the source here by going Command C to my source 1, just so when I'm reviewing your work, I know which source you picked first, because normally there will be a list of 3, at least 3 sources here that you can choose from. Okay, what did I learn in my own words? So in my own words, I'm going to say, in order to play handball, there will be teams of 7 players on the court. In other words, 7v7. Reasoning, or why am I including this? And this can just be like a bullet point, doesn't have to be a complete sentence here, to understand the rules of handball. All right, so let's go back to that source. I have one fact. I need at least 2 more in order for my work to be complete. Okay, so let's see. Handball was created and developed in Denmark, Sweden, and Germany in the late 19th century. Okay, that's cool. Originally played outdoors as field handball, the sport appeared first at the Berlin 1936 games. Okay, awesome. So let's go. I want to know where it was created, so I'm going to include this. The late 19th century. So just Command C, come back here and paste. Again, don't forget my quotation marks. Okay, next step after that is to put it in my own words. So I learned, let's say, handball was made in Denmark, Sweden, and Germany. Why do I like this fact? And this is where your critical thinking comes in. I included this. Wow, Miss Matters cannot spell today. I included this because it helps me better understand the history. In order to understand how things came to be, we need to understand the history of them. So that's why I included this here. And again, you can pick, your reasoning is your reasoning. It's however the fact or why the fact grabbed your attention. Okay, let's see. So the modern indoor version made its Olympic debut in Munich, 1972. The first women's competition was held at Montreal in 1976 games and has been featured at every Olympic game since. The International Handball Federation, IHF, founded in 1946, is the administrative and governing body of handball and beach handball. It has 209 member federations. Let's see if there's anything else I want to include. Oh, so here's a lot more information. And again, you can read through this. You don't need to include everything. You just need to get your 3 facts. But you want those facts to be well-rounded and help you get a better understanding of the game. Let's see. Let's read a little more and see if we want to include anything. Handball is played on a 40-meter by 20-meter court with a 3-meter by 2-meter goals at each end, surrounded by a D-shaped area called the goal area. The goal area is 6 meters from the goal and only the goalkeeper can enter. However, players may jump into this area when attempting a shot but must release the ball before landing. Cool. Oh, the matches consist of 2 30-minute halves. If teams are tied at the end of the regular time in the knockout phase, the match goes into overtime. If there's still no winner after 2 overtime periods, each consisting of 2 5-minute halves, there will be a penalty shootout. The winner is the team with the most goals. Well, I kind of like this right here because this tells me about the timing of the game as well as how they solve ties. And I'm making a connection when I'm reading that it is somewhat similar to soccer or football. Okay, so why did I include this first, what did I learn? Handball games are made up of 2 30-minute halves of play. You cannot tie. There must be a winner. And I'm looking back at this piece of information. The matches, if tied, end in penalty. Why did I include this? Remember, this is my reasoning column. Let's see. I included this because it helps me to better understand how long the game is played and how the winner is determined. And just like that, I've completed one of my sources. Remember, you need to do at least 2 of these throughout class, 3 facts each. And then you will share maybe 1 or 2 of your facts in a Google survey, pretty self-explanatory. You can just pull from your what you learned in your own words column into the survey. All right, thanks for watching. I can't wait to learn from your research.